Hello, wonderful people. My name is Ssewa Ssewa, and for some of you who don't know me, I am the founder of Janzi Band, and welcome to the Live Room. The Live Room is the space at Janzi Studios where we, catch up with different musicians, share, knowledge, of course, about music. And today, we have a wonderful guest. I think one of the best vocalists we have in the country. Well, I can't say much, but I'll give him the chance to talk to you about himself. He'll tell you who he is and what he's doing here.
I love teasing him. Anyways, my full names, I'm Jonathan Chigula Cedric Sava Njagala. Those are my original names.
Do those names fit in a passport?
They don't. Okay. They don't. But musically, I've been given so many titles. The Diva being the supreme one. He gave me the melodious virtuoso. Some call me the voice, some call me the jewel, others call me the voice of blues, whatever. So I'm sure even by the end of this interview, you'll also give me a new musical title. But I'm a professional journalist, by the way. Oh. A professional one, yeah. And I'm a vocalist.
Well, to some people listening to you, they might be wondering, when you're singing, you call that high octave.
Yes.
When you're speaking, it's a low octave.
Octave, yeah.
How do you manage that?
Number one, I love to say that it's God. Hey, God. I strongly believe that we are all gifted uniquely and beautifully in a different way. So I'm not the first. Maybe I'm the first in Uganda.
Probably.
I think I'm the first in Uganda, but I'm not the first. How I do it, it's good. So that's what I can say, people. It's good. Yeah. That's what I can say.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. God does magical things.
Exactly.
And yeah, I wouldn't differ from that. But you sound so well. And that takes me to the next question. What inspires you to write the music you write? I mean, we want to know what's that space like when you're thinking about a song, when you're thinking about what to tell people. Yeah, what is that you go through? How is it like for someone who's watching you and is a long-time admirer of your voice and loves what you do?
Like how I do it, how to write my music.
Yeah. What inspires you?
Okay. I have a couple of songs. So every song has its own inspiration. But the general point or the major theme in all these songs is pain. When you clearly or when you vividly listen to my songs, you feel the pain behind them. There's a hidden pain which I'm trying to
communicate
to people. So much as most of them, they are love songs, but when you listen closely, there's pain.
Who hurt you?
Oh God, that's so personal.
Okay.
But no, it's okay. No, people would love to know. Just a snippet of it. I personally, I didn't grow with my parents. I grew up with my grandparents. Some don't know the things. But I grew up with my grandparents, and I started living with them when I was just 9 months.
Wow.
9 months, that's when I started to stay with my grandparents. So, but luckily enough, I got to know my parents that I would differentiate them that this is my mom, this is my dad. But I was groomed with my grandparents and my aunties and uncles. So, of course, as any normal child, I would ask myself, why didn't I grow with my mom? Why didn't I grow with my dad? There's that gap. You get that love, that parental love every child would yearn to have. So I didn't get it, but I got it from my grandparents. So I didn't get it. So it kept on hitting me deep inside. It's like, and the only way I would express what I would feel is through music.
Okay.
So it's part of the inspiration. That's why you will hear pain in my songs. Number two, which I can, another point which I can tell you is that in school, I was bullied a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Oh, Jesus. I remember one time they poured urine on my bed. Yes, I remember that. And
had you done something or?
Boys used to tease me a lot, even some girls, but boys used to tease me a lot because, truth be told, my character, you know my character. You fans, you know how I behave. So boys, I think it would make them feel uncomfortable a bit. So they would tease me, they would bully me, they would try to make me uncomfortable. And the only way I would feel safe, the only way I would feel like, I'm myself, it was through singing.
Okay.
It was through writing down these songs. So songs like, there's a song I have on my upcoming album, which I'll premiere still, which I'll come here and we talk about it. There's a song called Time Has Come. I wrote it a long time ago. It's a love song, but the inspiration was way back when I was still in school.
I understand you have a lot of music, and just to take it step by step, because we'll be talking about song by song, explaining to people how you write your music, how you explain to people specifically why you wrote that song and why you chose the words you chose. And for today, I want us to talk about Nankinga. What does Nankinga mean? What inspired you to write Nankinga?
Nankinga, first and foremost, I was heartbroken. Very heartbroken. Oh Lord Jesus, I was so heartbroken, Ssewa. That was 2022.
Uyo mchala achali.
Katubuke wao. So that was 2022. That's when I wrote that song. Bwendu wandika nsoka nenkoma wakati. I stopped somewhere. Very angry, very bitter. Then there was a time I had a very interesting chat or jazz with my mom. So she was telling me how my dad vibed her. So my dad, I'm sorry if you're watching this, he's a stammerer. A good one.
Your dad?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He stammers Bambi.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, it's nature. So my mom was telling me that when my dad was vibing her, he would,
I know
try
how.
to, even to sit her every get. Now I am explaining Nankinga. Nankinga, so in the first verse of Nankinga, I'm describing the beauty of my mom.
Yeah, from the eyes.
The eyes, akasusukanyana, blah, 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 bwamwenya stima yenyini, blah, blah, blah. Kati, I'm writing.
Stima, omanyi, ebigambe ebyo bimwe, you need to go slow. Uganda ya lero, abantu amanyi stima chechi. Ekigambe ekyo. Myaka jange tukimanyi stima is that light.
A lamp. So bright. So when I was writing this song, I was on my bed. No. I was in the sitting room. So in the corner, I grew up like whenever she has those old things. There's a steamer. I know there was a steamer. It's so I was writing heartbroken. And then my mother, I'm describing her beauty. I'm seeing that steamer wali. So when you hear when I'm saying steamer, I'm putting more emphasis Bosungu, but
Tima.
Steamer, I'm talking about that smile. When a steamer, ngabo bojogera, abantu bakati today, kids of today, the Janzis, those are lamps. It's a lamp. It was used long time ago. Mostly during burials, but kwesanga mu munyimbe ngeyakanyonyonyonyonyonyo
ati nage bateka mu bakatimba
yaka so yes laba endege yeri so endege do you know endege
nzimanye
I don't know if the Janzis know endege. So the steamer thing, it's that old lamp nga wenkugambye endege yeri so akasusukanyana a young whatever, it has that beautiful skin. So nsita nebigere kutaka obwomi bwenyero, the stammering thing which I talked about. Now I'm talking about my dad. Tiari bambi sita nebigere kutaka Bambi, he was ever struggling.
The difficulty
to utter out Bambi, like to convince her. Then Nankinga. It was intentional because if you stammer and be like na, you get you have. That's why it was Nankinga. Now Nankinga, that's not the name of my mom. My mom is actually she has another name, but her name would it wouldn't fit very well. It wouldn't rhyme very well. So then I remembered way back in primary 5, I had a friend of mine. She was called Nankinga Joan. I don't know if you are watching this, Nankinga, but it's you. So Nankinga Joan was very good in mathematics. So I would sit near her. I'd be like, Nankinga, nawe Nankinga, nyamba, Nankinga. So she could, okay, Nantera, then I would copy and, pass.
I get.
I think you see the inspiration of Nankinga. It has so many actions from my mom and dad, Heartbreak, Nankinga, whatever.
But you see how you get on that stage and you sing about Nankinga. People enjoy. I see you every time you come to do it with Janzi band, and of course with other bands
as well. Yeah, true.
People shout your name. People are singing Nankinga, but I don't think some of them have taken time to think about it the way you're explaining it.
They don't.
But maybe some of them are just singing this, the name. But now, talking about Nankinga as a song, I think it's a wonderful song.
Yes, it is.
Is it a folk song? Is it a song you wrote from scratch? Because the connection people have with this song when you're singing it,
it's beyond.
Yeah, it's beyond.
Okay.
And for me, I am wondering, how are you promoting this song for other people that don't know, that don't come to watch band, and they're able to listen to this song?
Number one, I've forgotten another inspiration. Vocally, that song, it's vocally too high. I think you have listened to it.
Yeah.
I use a lot of vocal acrobatics. I use a lot of vocal technique. Vocally or musically, I was inspired by Aretha Franklin. She was a very great vocalist, the one who sang Natural Woman. Make me
you actually sing very difficult songs, eh? I have noticed. So yeah.
Yes.
You can hear the names you're talking about.
Aretha Franklin. So I imagined myself.
Yeah.
Can Aretha sing this song? Okay, the vocals like she had. Can she sing? So then I incorporated it into the song. And then to go back on that, I think the reason why people connect with it, actually, it's not a folk song.
Okay.
It's in blues and soul. The first version of the song is in blues and soul.
Aren't you the first Ugandan to write blues?
Not really.
Okay.
But I'm sure there are others who have done blues as well, like me, but it's in blues and soul. Then, do you know the origin of blues?
No, I don't.
Yes. He's lying. He knows.
I want this to tell us.
He's fooling here. When you go back to the 1920s, our dear brothers and sisters, the blacks or the slaves were taken abroad or into the Western world. Whenever they were in the plantations, planting over maybe cotton or coffee, whatever, or sugar cane, they would sing, let me just say like, Nankinga. Someone maybe from the other corner would reply, Nankinga, baby, baby. So they would that's how blues is. Like it's more of a storytelling. You are lamenting, you are crying, you are complaining. That is blues.
Okay.
So that's the major genre of this song, Nankinga. Now, how am I promoting it? Luckily enough, I got you.
So sorry. Is Nankinga the only song in blues?
No.
Or your music? What is the genre that you use your music?
Most of my songs are in blues.
In blues. So you more of a blues person?
Yeah, I'm of a blues song.
Because people need to understand out there. There are people who categorize music as music in general. And when we talk about genres, people need to understand when you're talking about blues, what exactly do I expect to listen to a blues song or a blues piece of music?
Oh, okay.
You get?
Okay. Now, I fused blues and soul. You know, soul comes from blues. When you on the hook, Sitana bigara kutaka. Those chords. Elinya lyo linemo kogera no lusine dumaze no lulimi kure linya lyo na Nankinga. Now the chords change. Blues, I think you as a musician, or for those who don't know, blues, its chords are ever like, Nankinga, baby. You get
Interesting.
so interesting. And when you're doing blues, the bass guitar plays a very big role. Do 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 da 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 da. Blues, bass guitar plays a very big role in blues.
That sounds like an upright bass.
Exactly.
But we don't play that in Uganda.
I know, but I try so much with the people I've worked with to make them like, please, this is how
to interpret that on that.
Exactly. Okay. Let us try to put this in our Ugandan song, in this Nankinga song. People would eventually understand it.
Earlier on, you mentioned about your character and how people find it funny and how you were teased in school because, and I know it's something you're not scared to talk about.
No, not at all.
So what are the challenges you're facing as you continue to promote Nankinga and all these other songs of yours that you've written, because you have so much music I've listened to, which we'll bring to people. We'll play this music and also talk about the music. What are the challenges that you face as a musician? Not just you sing on stage, but a person who's trying to promote it or sell something to audiences.
The first time someone listened to Nankinga, he told me, okay, it's a lady singing a song. Okay, how can I phrase it? He was like, is this a lady singing this song? Is she a lady, like, is it a lady trying to sell the song to some guy to sing it? You get? Ngomchala bwana wandi koluyimba, nenga akwesiza Nankinga, and maybe she wants to sell it to someone. No, it is actually me. It is me who sings. Like, oh, okay, interesting. I was like, okay, isn't it normal for a guy to sound like this? But I got to know what he was trying to mean or to whatever. That's the challenge, the number one challenge I've got in this while promoting Nankinga and even in my music, whatever, is that people they always refer to my songs like, is it a woman singing? Is it a female?
No, I think the problem comes in, I have issues also accepting that you speak in a low voice. But when you're singing in a high octave. So you don't blame them. You don't just like you can't blame me. I'm a musician like you, but
true.
I'm waiting for that one day when you sing a song in a low octave.
In a low octave, yeah. I think I'll do it. And the other challenge I always get is that there's that. I'm looking for an appropriate word. That bias. Someone is like, I can't put Jonathan on my stage to sing, however much he's talented. I don't want my people to think otherwise.
What is otherwise?
That's what I also want. That's what I always want to find out. Okay, frankly, they always be like, I don't want them to say that I'm having a person who behaves in a certain way on my stage. They will think I'm of the other caliber. I'm not going to talk about, but of the other caliber. Mubiteged. So that challenge also, it's always there. Ssewa, it's always there.
So how do you manage that? Because this is society, and of course everyone has different beliefs. We have different backgrounds. But as a musician, I'm looking at you as an entertainer, a person who comes out to entertain people, give people wonderful time, you know, and then you're being called names, right? There's a certain way people look at you that you feel uncomfortable. But at the same time, there's a way those people feel. That's why they're saying, I can't have you on my stage. How are you managing that?
I ignore and I be myself. So whoever loves me, Ssewa Ssewa, will love me.
No, because why I'm asking this question, there's a time we had a problem. You remember? When you at a certain stage, I don't want to mention venues.
The venue, I know.
Yeah, but I received messages and they told me, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. And I was like, I have no proof of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Me, I'm looking at talent.
Yes, true.
Whatever you're looking at, whatever you know besides that, I have no idea.
True.
But then it was a hard one, and then that's why I asked you first chill
Pause a bit, yeah.
and then you come back, because it was too much. But then you never gave up. You kept doing what you were doing.
Exactly.
You kept entertaining people. You actually improved a lot. You grew into a strong artist. I don't know how, but you seem like, I don't care. I just live my life. I do what makes me happy. You kept doing your music. You kept writing music and recording music. But I felt like at this point that you don't even feel like you should be doing something. But you kept going. And one of the people who believes in your talent is me.
Amen.
But yeah, I think about you a lot when I see you there. Jonathan is there. But I'm talking about the time you're not close to me. You're not, maybe, not those nights when you come and do it with Janzi. It's you alone out there. And then people are calling you these names, but you've come to sing.
Perform.
How does that prepare you before?
It actually makes me strong. The past 3 years, Ssewa Ssewa, it was tough. You know that. When even on that venue. It was very tough. Honestly, there was a time I cried. But then I was like, now if I cry, I'm making these people more powerful. Like, they are going to control me. They are going to control my talent. Yet I'm supposed to control them. Like, I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do. Not to follow what they are telling me to do, or whatever they are saying. Or saying about me. I was like, no, I'm a performer. I have a voice. And I'm very sure there's a young kid or some young boy out there who's also like me. And he's maybe scared or stigmatized that he will be abused or whatever, judged. Let me pave a way for these people, for this young generation, or for this young girl who sings like a man.
I think we've also had women who sing like men.
Like men. I that also bothers me.
Tomboys, right?
Yes.
And then the ones, sound like men. I don't know why we don't talk about that, but yeah.
But mostly if it's on the guy's side, if a guy is like, a lot. But interestingly, Ssewa Ssewa, I want to tell you something. Today, now, people are actually appreciating the talent.
Yeah. Me, I look out for the talent.
True.
For me, that's what I saw in you.
That's what he saw from the first.
I don't know. I don't know what other people see.
But right now, I'm telling you, Ssewa Ssewa, today, I actually reached somewhere, and they're like, "Oh my God, the divas come." Back then, they were the ones. But right now, they're like, "Okay, the guy can sing.
Yeah,
the guy can deliver."
No, I've seen people make noise. I'm like, "Wow."
However much, he's that, but the guy can sing.
Yeah,
you get. So, however, But not as much as back then. Back then, Charlie was. I even received a packet of pads on stage. But back then it was.
Because you said this to me sometime back. Why did you bring?
I had to bring it out. Mutegere, the real diva. Yes. So I've gone through these things, but here I am, and I'm still standing. So back then, Charlie was, but I'm still moving. But I'm happy that people are starting to acknowledge me for my talent.
Yeah.
For my talent. That is cut percentage.
Yeah.
Not like back then. I just ignore. I know what I want. I know what I'm destined to. You get. So I cannot let words or anything shatter or demoralize.
No, I mean, if we follow what people say, we won't be anywhere. Because someone out there is talking about me, about things they don't even know.
I'm telling you, today, Ssewa Ssewa, I meet people, I meet young musicians, and they're like, you inspire us.
Exactly.
And I'm like, how? Like, Jonathan or Diva, the confidence you put on that stage, it makes us feel like, okay, I can do it.
Yeah, because that's what we need to grow.
Exactly.
You know, we need people, like I said, we can't undermine your talent because of your character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've seen footballers with the worst behaviors, but they have gone on to be great. And we know they have bad manners. So at the end of the day, for me, I look out for the talent and I enjoy, because you entertain people. I see people that there are venues where you go to and you're the star. No, I'm being honest with you. You're the star, and people are like, wow, the guys. You see people pull out, their phones and they start recording.
Now I'm surprised.
But we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of music to be talking about.
Indeed.
And but before we continue, because we'll have so many other days where we talk about song per song, explain to people why you write certain music.
But today it's more Nankinga.
Yeah, today was more about Nankinga. And for me, not to just go deep into Nankinga, we already know. Because now we need to let people listen to the song and understand word per word. For me, I just want to ask you one last question. What's your experience like singing on the Janzi instrument? It's not a usual instrument. But here we are. I won't say me. Yes, I created, but we created an instrument as Uganda. And it is our task, it is our responsibility to make this instrument great. And you're one of the first few people who are singing to the Janzi instrument. Of course, we would want to know how you feel about this instrument. Do you think it's an instrument that can bring something new to our sound as Uganda? Something we can use, to create certain sounds that someone listens to. You see how someone listens to Lingala? And they're like, Congo.
They have to dance.
The same way we listen to Amapiano now.
And realize.
And we're like, there. So do you think we can use this instrument to change something in the music industry?
I'm not bragging. I'm the only vocalist who can sing on the jazz instrument. Anyways. Anyways, the first time I heard the jazz instrument, by the way, it hit me. As a person who loves old music, this instrument is old. The sound is old. It gives those vibes of, back then. And since blues and soul are my major genres, when you play this, they connect very well with my genre. They connect very well with my voice. That is me as Jonathan. They connect. Like, you will watch the new soul version we did. We have recorded of Nankinga. You'll hear the connection. You'll hear the embossed. You are telling a story on that instrument, and I'm also narrating Nankinga. I'm telling people how Nankinga is beautiful, how Nankinga is melting me down. Then you play the instrument. So the experience I've got singing along the Janzi instrument, it's more of a story. When I'm performing or when I'm singing with the instrument, I'm telling a story to someone
that is talking back to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Seated
Through the
somewhere.
strings.
In fact, it takes me back to those days, like seated on a mat.
Kuchoto.
Then Nankinga. You'll watch it, you'll listen to it, and you'll feel what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Me, that's what I feel whenever I'm singing along the instrument.
Yeah.
It takes me somewhere. And this version, the neo soul version we have done of Nankinga, you will feel it.
So thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan, for showing
You're
up.
welcome.
Well, I think you're gonna listen to Nankinga. Watch that video on our YouTube channel at Janzi Music. You're gonna see so many other videos, but for now, it's Nankinga that you're gonna be watching. And feel free to comment. You know, your comment, your opinion matters a lot. And we're going to be doing this. We're going to have Jonathan come through here a lot more, and so many other musicians are going to be coming through.
True.
Yeah, if you want to do something with me, Ssewa Ssewa, on the Janzi instrument, feel free to, text me. The numbers are all over on Instagram. My personal numbers are there. So, yeah, let's talk music and do some great music for Uganda. Until next time, my name is Ssewa Ssewa. Thank you for watching. See you.
Bye.
Bye.